Well, hey guys, how's it going? How is everyone doing today? It is like Labor Day weekend, and I am amazed at how fast this year has gone. Yeah, it's been an interesting year, and I've got something to talk about with you guys today that is kind of sobering, playing on those words of pun, kind of sobering, but it's something that we all need to, I guess, think about and discover in ourselves, let's just say. So let's get to this topic. This topic is about sobriety, and it's sobriety for many people for many reasons. It doesn't have to be, because of uncontrolled alcoholism. It can be for any number of reasons, and I'll get into that. I am going to show you guys an app that I use, that I have been using, and I'm going to put it up over here and run that video as I am running my mouth through this video and talking about all the steps and all my mental focus and how I got to doing this and all of that. I know I'm kind of rambling, but bear with me. It's all going to work out, okay? So anyway, let me start from the beginning. I have had some medical issues. I have had issues with my liver, to be precise, that they have now found out. Let's just say that. But it's been a while that I have not been feeling well, that I have been extremely tired, that I have run a low-grade fever, that I have had a kind of sicknesses, I guess, feeling blah all the time, and went to a number of doctors. Long story short, went to a number of doctors, a number of specialists, to try to figure everything out. It took a boatload of blood workup and labs and scanning and CT scan and MRI and all of that other stuff, and finally sent me to a gastroenterologist because my liver enzyme, in particular my alkaline phosphatase enzyme, was just shooting up sky high. And no one could figure out what the heck was going on with me. I looked healthy. I didn't look weird. I wasn't suffering from anything else. It's just these numbers kept creeping up, and nobody understood. And it was a serious issue, serious enough where specialists were called in to try to figure out what was going on with me. Well, finally, they came to figure out that I have a very rare, very extremely, extremely rare autoimmune condition called primary biliary cholangitis. And I'll put that down here, okay? So for you guys to go Google it, because I know you want to Google everything. It's called PBC for short. And it happens primarily, 9 out of 10 patients are women. About 60 or 70% of patients are over the age of 40 or 45. So it kind of triggers in that late 40, early 50s, but it can go even higher. Very extremely, extremely rare to have someone, 30 and under have it. It's happened, but it's very, very rare. It is an autoimmune condition. They have no idea what triggers it, how it's triggered, if it's a virus, if it's a toxin within our society. Is it something we use? Could it be a nail polish? I've Googled everything, believe me, and there's no definitive answer on why some people get it and some people don't. But I was one of the lucky ones that got it. I can't win the lottery, right? And I'm unlucky with gambling or anything like that. But heck, I could get this rare disease. Okay. Luckily, there are a number of medications that can help. Luckily, uh, if I don't do the right thing and mind my uh, diet and my alcohol, which we'll just get to. I know I'm getting to it, but just bear with me because I want to give you guys some context here. Uh, then I can live a very normal life and a long life, and the chances of me dying from this liver disease is very low. Okay, I'll die of other natural causes, but it won't be from this. It is manageable. Now, the caveat being if I follow all the rules and I do, a strict diet and other things and take my medications, I should be okay. The end result is if I am not okay, and if I don't obey the rules, little sip here. If I don't obey the rules, the end result could be a liver transplant, which absolutely nobody wants to face that. That's something that's the last resort. That's something that, God forbid, if my liver completely craps out, I will need to do. And I'm a realist. I don't think at my age or, 10 years from now when my liver craps out, I don't think I'll be the first one in line to get a new liver. I would assume that they would put younger people ahead of me. That's the way I'm thinking. I could be wrong, but that's the way I'm thinking. But nonetheless, I don't want to go through that. I will do whatever it takes to avoid that. So with that being said, I asked a bunch of questions to my gastroenterologist, and one of the first questions I asked was, does alcohol have something to do with this? Did the fact that I drink alcohol have anything to do with it? He said no, absolutely not. It was not part of anything self-induced that could trigger this. However, that being said, what I don't want to do is to make things worse. So the doctor highly suggested that, given my autoimmune condition, I try to limit, or if I can, stop altogether alcohol consumption, because it can certainly not help. And being on the medication that I am on, which is sodiol, which again I will put down here, it can interfere with the efficacy of that medication. It could, slow it down or whatever. So I had no problem with that. I was a drinker as far as wine, with my dinner. Occasionally, if I went out and was amongst people socializing, sure, I'd have a glass of wine, maybe a martini, but nothing crazy. Okay. I haven't done crazy for a long, long time. In my youth, sure, I did crazy, but I don't do crazy anymore as far as alcohol is concerned. But I kind of thought to myself, I said, okay, well, how do I go about this? Do I do cold turkey, or what are the ramifications? How am I going to feel? What's going on, And there was a couple of apps that I started to look into. Again, I Googled a lot of this. And one of the apps that I looked at, that I am now recommending to you guys to look at if you want to, for your own reasons, is an app called I Am Sober. And it's a free app. The only subscription that you would have to pay is if you would do a live therapy session, and that's something I can show you on the video I am going to be running over here. They do have a tab that you can tap on and do a live, it's either a live chat or a FaceTime or something to that effect, but it does come with some sort of subscription, or maybe it's just pay as you go, I'm not sure. But every other part of this app is free. It tracks how many days you are sober. It tracks a lot of mental, you can take notes. It tracks how you're feeling on a day-to-day basis. You track with emojis. You track certain activities, what you were doing that day. If there were any triggers emotionally, you know, had a hard day at work or had a fight with your spouse or partner or whatever. And it allows you to take notes, kind of like a diary. And it also has a community tab, which I find extremely helpful. So along with all these other areas in the app, you follow along with other people that are in the same amount of time of being sober than you are, that you are. Okay, I hope I'm explaining this, and again, I'll show you on the video. So people that are the first day out, or people that are 1 week out into their sobriety, only see people that are also 1 day out or 1 week out. And the community tab will only reflect those people so that you can commiserate together, you can support each other together, you can get to know these group of people that are starting at the same time as you are. I find that extremely helpful, extremely helpful. I could not relate, for example, being 1 week out to someone that was 6 weeks sober. I mean, or 6 months sober. I didn't want to hear how they were doing at those times. I wanted to hear what people were doing at the time I was going through it as well. Were they depressed? Were they having a bad day? How did they circumvent certain situations in their lifestyle? What were they doing to keep busy? What were they doing to keep their mind off of, you know, drinking alcohol at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, that kind of stuff, or on a Friday evening on a couch or whatever. Those were the kind of people I wanted to hang out with in this community realm. And as I progressed through my time, my 1 month, my 3 months, my 6 months, my whatever, I would open up or unlock these other groups of people that were on that same timeline as me. And I think that's extremely important, extremely important. If you are going through something like this, no matter how, that's like, I would say 50 or 60% of the battle. To me, and I never had to do the therapy. I didn't pay for any of the therapy, so I can't comment to that, how effective it is or good it is. But like, I felt that just having people around that were going through the same time frame as I am did a lot for my mental well-being, and to calm me down and to make me more secure in what I was going through. That was kind of like all the therapy that I needed, if that makes sense. Okay, so with that said, I am going to run, and I already pre-recorded, I've got my phone here, I pre-recorded what I wanted to show you guys. Okay, I pre-recorded it, so what I'm going to do is actually run the recording on my phone here and talk about the screens that I'm viewing. And I'm going to put the screens right up here so you can see it as I'm talking along. It's the only way I know how to do it, guys. Basically, I'm going to align how I'm talking, looking at this recording, with putting it, you know, up here on the screen. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm looking at it. Okay, so I click on the I Am Sober app, and it's showing me the 398 days, which I am on currently now. So as of today, I'm on 139 days, and I'm swiping back and forth. There's about 3 or 4 module ways that you can look at your timeline. You can look at it from the time that you are, you know, the time, the month, the days, the hours. Okay. The next is the pledge area, and that is where you pledge each day. It kind of reminds you to take your sobriety pledge, and then you go and basically each day you review that day. It kind of tickles you. It reminds you to go ahead and look at your days. That's where you add your emojis. That's where you see if you're if it's been difficult or how easy it was, your mood, everything like that. You go through all of those little questions and do that. And then the other thing that you do, now that I'm looking at it, is the community. So I'm on the 1 year tab. I'm looking at all the posts that they have. You can see there are different people's. If you are going to post something, it does remind you to be nice to people. Don't, don't bully them or abuse or use bad words or anything like that. And then the last thing that you're looking at is they give you these sayings, all kinds of motivational sayings. You can get 1 or 2 of these for free, but then you can buy more of these motivational sayings, and I'll show you this in really shortly. They have the I am genius, they have the bard, they have like Shakespearean quotes. They've got all these different motivational memes, I guess they're called memes, to go through and help you along. So each day one of these sayings will pop up and kind of give you motivation. And then I'm showing you that you can unlock all these other packs. There's other packs that you can buy for, I think, 99 cents. It's not a big deal. And it's like confidence, and I am thankful, I am at peace, I'm on the way, kind of self motivation, I love myself, I am hopeful, those type of motivational kind of memes with backgrounds, pretty sayings. And then the last thing is the online therapy, which I'm showing you probably now. And it's real therapy done online, is what they say, up to 50% more affordable than traditional in-person therapy. Nearly 3 million people have sought help. 20% off of the I Am Sober community, so they do give you a discount. I guess this is a third party. Oh, it's called BetterHelp. Okay, it's like a third party app. So then I'm just going back and showing you, like the little time and how long I've been sober and blah blah blah, and then that's the end of the video. So I hope this has been helpful to you guys. There are more, obviously, apps out there, much more than just this app, but I found this one to be extremely helpful. I wanted to come on here and give my honest opinion and my review. By the way, I'm not sponsored in any way. They don't even know who I am. They have no clue. I don't get money at all from any of this. I don't even have an affiliate link to give you guys. I wish I did, so you could get like a free online therapy session or something, but I haven't really reached out or anything to anybody. I just do my own thing, really, and come up here and talk to you guys about it. So that's all I wanted to say to you. Please go ahead and subscribe and thumbs up to this video if you enjoyed it. Again, I talk a lot about health and lifestyle and healthy lifestyle and things like that. That's where this category falls into. Of course, I do have videos on skincare and beauty and all that other stuff and mature beauty, but I really focus on the overall well-being of a person, not just outer beauty, but inner beauty and inner confidence and inner peace, which we all need, and support for each other, which we all need. Our community is very inclusive and very friendly and very supportive. So if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask me or ask our community, please feel free to comment it in the comments below, and I monitor my comments diligently. I always try to reply to everybody if I know what I'm saying, or if I can guide you in any way. Again, I just want to make mention, disclaimer, I'm not a health therapist or anything into the health or medical field. These are only my own opinions. This is where I'm coming from. I needed a little bit of help. I really needed it when I was given this type of news, this medical health news, that I must become very, very focused on my liver and what goes into my body, because basically anything that I ingest at this point that's a toxin can be detrimental to my liver. Okay. I hope everybody is doing well. I love you guys very much. And, you know, that's all I got to say. Please go ahead and support me any way you can. And I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.